About this because it's a little bit of fake news, and I wanted your opinion on this because I don't believe it at all. But did you see the video of Nick Diaz stealing Rampage's girl in Vegas?
Yeah, but did he steal Rampage's girl? Because then I think Rampage took her back.
I don't know what the fuck happened. It was definitely the most poorly acted thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was so bad. It was so bad. Listen, I got to tread carefully with Rampage because we have a volatile relationship over the years. But I like Rampage. I wish him the best. I really do. Rampage has got a very good heart. He's a good-natured person. You know, he's got a big heart, and some people have taken advantage of him over the years. But, yeah, I wish Rampage the best. Yeah, that looked to me like it was bullshit. You know, it was Nick Diaz and Rampage, who both appear like they were enjoying Vegas. They both, like, you know, definitely had a few drinks. They were both slurring the words a little bit. And, yeah, they're having a little bit of fun. I don't think anybody took that as serious, did they?
I don't think so.
Did you?
No, not at all.
Real?
Oh, at first, when I clicked on the MMA Mania article, I did.
Oh, of course. There it is. There's the plug. MMA Mania. Every time.
MMAmania.com, guys. At MMA Mania on Twitter. You guys can follow along for all your breaking.
Saying it because they talk shit about me all the time.
I'm in cahoots. What would you do if this is just a 3-year-long plan to usurp the UFC middleweight champion? And I've been a mole on the inside for MMA Mania this whole time.
Yeah, no, I know. But, all right, so you went to that crappy website. You saw this. You clicked on it. You thought, oh, this will be good. There's some beef. Click on it. There's the negativity in you. Attracted to the negativity of the story. You click on it, and lo and behold, it was clickbait bullshit. I think they were just having fun. They're drunk. They thought it was a good idea at the time. That's about it. I mean, I don't think there's much of a story there.
Well, afterwards, Rampage tweeted at, Nick Diaz, why don't you move up to my weight class or something like that.
Oh, really?
Is there, I mean, I don't know, man. I almost feel like maybe they know that it's bad acting and it's fake news and it's not real, but maybe Nick Diaz could be thinking about a move to Bellator. I don't think that's crazy out of the realm of possibility, and a move up to light heavyweight.
Say again?
And a move up to light heavyweight. He's fought at 185.
No, you're out of your goddamn mind and move up to light heavyweight. Jesus Christ. He fought at 185 and he was undersized then. There's no way Nick Diaz, after not fighting since he fought Anderson Silva, that was his last fight, I think, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to move up to 185. He's a natural 170-er. He was a big welterweight, granted, but he's a natural welterweight. He's not going to go up to bloody 205 to face Rampage Jackson.
Nick Diaz could go to Bellator.
Putting them both in the news, though. Say again?
Nick Diaz could go to Bellator and win the heavyweight and light heavyweight title at the exact same time.
Is he still under contract with the UFC? I'm
Probably.
So.
But he was suspended for so long. Here's the thing. Nick Diaz does not seem like the type of guy.
He got suspended. He said 6 years, and then they cut it down to, what, like 2 years?
Yeah.
I think he's a free agent. I think he's by a free agent. I mean, free to fight. I think the USADA, the Nevada Commission stuff with the weed, I think that's spent now. That's done.
Yeah, that's all done. I know that he was eligible to fight, I believe, last August, and he still hasn't gotten to fight. My understanding of Nick Diaz is that he just fucking parties in Vegas and gets paid like $20,000 to show up at a party and just be there. And it's like a Nick Diaz night at some club.
No. My understanding of Nick Diaz is that him and his brother, they have their own strain of weed, which apparently is making them an absolute fortune. And in between that, getting paid for appearances, hanging out in nightclubs, getting 10, 15, 20,000 a time just to turn up at a nightclub. Yeah, so what the hell does he need to fight for?
Fuck getting punched in the face. Are you crazy? That sounds like the dream life.
What do you want to do? You want to sell weed? It makes you sound like a drug dealer. You want to have a company sell an official weed for you and then get paid 10, 15, 20 grand a time to go turn up to a bloody nightclub? Or do you want to kill yourself and fight in the octagon?
Yeah. And especially if, these guys, here's the thing. If he wants to train, he can still train. He can still compete in fucking, triathlons or whatever he does in his spare time. He can still do jujitsu. He can still fight in the gym. These guys. So on that side of it, you can still get your fix, quote unquote, doing martial arts, but not have to deal with killing yourself. I'm assuming. What about the difference? Let me ask you that, because you're in the middle of a fight camp now. What's the difference? When you're not in a fight camp versus when you're once you retire, are you going to continuously train? Are you going to try to are you still going to jiu-jitsu class? Are you still going to fucking Muay Thai class?
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I was talking about this recently. Because when I'm done from fighting, then I can focus on certain other things. Like, for example, I want to get my black belt in BJJ. I'm a black belt in Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. I have been for many, many years. And of course, doing MMA, you focus a lot on BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And to not have a black belt in BJJ, considering the amount of time and effort that I've put into this sport, would be disappointing. But to get that black belt, I have a brown belt right now, but to get the black belt, you have to put the time in with a gi on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just with MMA, with all the other things, I haven't got time to do no-gi jiu-jitsu and gi jiu-jitsu. So when I'm done from fighting, I'll focus on the gi for a little while, and I'll get myself a black belt. I'll also start coaching. I'll start teaching kickboxing, striking, MMA classes. You know, I do want to do that. I do want to teach children. I do want to teach my children. I want to teach martial arts to young up-and-coming kids. I want to, everything I've learned over the years, I want to do that. Right now I don't have time, so when I'm done from fighting, I'll do that. I will definitely start teaching classes, some amateur MMA stuff, but more for kids more than anything. I would love to do that, and that will keep me in shape. That will keep me in the gym. I'll pursue my black belt. I will teach children, maybe teach fighters and manage them when I'm down the line at some point as well. So I'll still very much be involved with martial arts, because if I don't, I'll be a fat bastard pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with your son, I know you've talked about your son. He wrestles and he does jiu-jitsu and he's grappling a lot. Is that something that you kind of, I shouldn't say like hope that he does? Do you want your son to fight professionally one day? Because he's kind of like, he hasn't admitted it, but you've kind of speculated that he probably wants to eventually. There's no way that he's doing this much training and doesn't think about it at least.
Well, no. He's obsessive with his wrestling. He loves to wrestle, and that's his first priority right now. He's on the wrestling team, and he's killing it. He's absolutely crushing all the tournaments, and he's probably looking at a scholarship and doing that whole thing at college. So he's doing really well, and he loves it. He hasn't done jiu-jitsu for a while because the wrestling has been all-encompassing. But he's a big fan of MMA. He loves MMA. He's passionate about it. Does he want to fight? I think he does. And if I ask him and he says, yeah, I'd like to. Now, what that means is he doesn't want to have a career. I don't think so anyway. I don't think he wants to be a professional MMA fighter. And if I'm honest, I don't want him to be a professional MMA fighter. It's a very uncertain career path. It really is, not to mention dangerous. He's a very intelligent kid. I want him to use his brains. But that said, I understand. Listen, he's my son. He's still got that competitive side inside him, and when he comes in from the house, you see him, he shadow boxes sometimes, and he likes to wrestle and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe we'll get him a few fights, get it out of his system, so then when he's older he can say, yeah, I had a couple of fights just to see what it feels like to be in there. But is he going to be a professional? Who knows? Probably not. More than likely, I hope not. Yeah. But he might have one or two fights and think, holy shit, I love this. Love this. This is what I want to do. And if he does, I'll have to support him.
Why when you say you hope he wouldn't want to be a fighter, is it because of the professional life? Is it the physical side of it? Is it getting beat up?
It's everything. It's everything. So I mean, I guess with him being my son and some of my contacts and things like that, I could leapfrog him a little bit into certain areas. But it's hard, man. The world is full of great fighters. You go into gyms all over the place, up and down, and there's world-class talent, what appear to be world-class talent, that are skinned, that are broke, that have no money, that are sacrificing. And the amount of time and effort you put into being a fighter, you really, if you have the brains, you could become anything. You could do whatever you wanted with your life. You could become a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, I don't know, a scientist, a brain surgeon, whatever it is. I've been doing martial arts for 30 goddamn years. If I put that energy into something else, Jesus Christ, who knows? I could even, I could be whatever.
DJ Mikey B.
DJ Mikey B. So, and there's no guarantees in this sport. Yeah, and even if you do get those breaks, you slip when you should have weaved, or you bob when you should have weaved, or whatever the expression is, you get knocked out, and you make all that sacrifice and you make no money. It's a very, very tough job. You've got to want to do this. And a lot of the time, the people that really succeed in this is because they have to succeed because they have no other option. Fighting is like something you do when you have to do it. You have to do it. You can do it.